guys, so today we're going to be just going through all of these tickets from Legends Fest that I did not use. We have the second round of the 100 triple Legends Limited guaranteed banner here. The second time of this that I didn't do yet. We have the 300 free tickets that they gave out if you logged in for the correct amount of days throughout the entire celebration. We, of course, have the 30 tickets from the Legends Festival Face-Off event. Each of these has a 10% chance to get you a Legends Limited character. That's pretty good. And then, of course, we have the gold plate tickets. By the way, you can't accept more than 999 of these, so I still have more that I can use after this. And I think that's it. I think that's all the Legends Festival tickets. I mean, this is a lot. So not counting this, right? Because this is obviously more so going to be dependent on how many gold plates you got. But I mean, 30 of these. We got 300 of these, and then we got the second round of 100 on this. I mean, that's a lot of free stuff they gave out. Like, this is a good representation and, I guess, illustration of how much tickets they gave out during the festival here. And, of course, if you're somebody who played a lot throughout the year, you should be getting at least a decent amount of these tickets as well from the gold plates. So, overall, really, really generous that they gave us all these tickets here. I think what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm probably going to just record these summons and put them in 3 times speed, actually, is what I'm probably going to do. I'm probably just going to end up skipping all the summon animations anyway. But I think what we'll do is we'll just go through this first, because this is an auto skip regardless. So let's just go through this first. This is our second go through this, and they like to just skip the animation, I guess, just inherently here. So yeah, we're gonna get this. I mean, I assume it's probably gonna be a Broly animation, but then when you actually like defeat Frieza, it just skips right away to the screen of the results, because I mean, I assume they didn't want you to have to sit through all 100 characters. Yeah, we are getting a Broly animation. All right, we'll have the Broly animation play out here, and then we'll see what we end up getting off of the second 100 character multi-summon here. Free, completely free tickets that you get from doing the missions from Legends Fest. But overall, this is a very, very good celebration. I think what I'm probably going to do here is we'll see what these results are, and then I'll probably end up just 3 times speeding the remainder of the ticket summons, and then I'll talk about my thoughts on Legends Fest in the background as we watch the summons go off here. All right, what did we get? Nice, Sparking Krillin. All right, we got... Oh, of course we pulled Beerus. All right, what was the last one that we got? Bardock. I mean, Beerus obviously is not the greatest. He's actually a decent bench character. Like, I think he works pretty well as a bench character alongside Blue Kaioken, Goku, Evolution, and Blue Vegeta on like a God Key team. Merge Zamasu is definitely due for a Zenkai. He came out next to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who has a Zenkai now, and we've already gotten characters past him who have Zenkais, like Sword of Hope Trunks came out 6 months later, so... this guy, at any month, this guy could get a Zenkai Awakening, honestly. And then Bardock just got one. I would say Bardock is pretty good. I don't think he's anything exceptional, but he is a crazy good bench character. So I wouldn't really call this a bad pull, but there's definitely better options that we could have gotten. Like 17 is on here. That would have been a really nice one. But no matter what, of course, I don't need any of these units. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the video here. We'll quickly, well, you won't notice it, but we'll end the recording, and then I'll start the recording again. And what I'll do is from this point forward, I will just 3 times speed the rest of these ticket summons, and then I will be voicing over it in the background, and I'll just talk about my thoughts on Legends Fest as a whole, what I thought about the celebration compared to other celebrations and compared to prior year Legends festivals. So when it comes to talking about basically how I like to rank celebrations, and I guess just how to evaluate in general how celebrations are, I think there's like 4 categories we can break every celebration down into fundamentally. So the first bucket that we can sort of talk about is the events. Now this is probably the least important thing, at least for me, and I would imagine that most people watching this video aren't particularly invested in the PvE side of the game as much as the PvP side. So I'm not going to put as much weight on events as the other 3 categories, which we'll talk about in a second. But events, I mean, we had like the Showdown event, which gave us the 10% Legends Limited tickets, which we are going to be spending in this video here. We also had the Legends Original event, which is basically the event that was tied to the release of the What If Goku and Bardock tag character. I imagine that when we get more What If tag characters in the future, they will also be bringing their own What If events out as well. The good thing about that one is it is a permanent event, so it will always be up. We also got, I think there was, actually I don't even remember if this is the case or not, but like more of those, like on the right hand, the tab on the right side that has like those permanent events. I think we might have gotten 1 or 2 of those throughout the festival, but overall, I mean, there weren't a ton of events to be honest, but are there, like recently there really haven't been that many tons of events in terms of PvE anyway, so I'm not going to put as much weight on the events here. Next, number 2 we have are the rewards. This is, you know, one of the most important things when it comes to these big celebrations, as a lot of the population of the game either are returning players or new players for these big celebrations. They get enticed by the character, like whatever the new characters are to come back. You know, the biggest celebrations of the year, Anniversary and Legends Fest. Rewards are very, very important to, number 1, I guess entice new or returning players to remain invested in the game, and then also for to reward players who have been playing the game for a long time and to give back to the players. And I think when we take a look at all the different rewards that were given out throughout the Legends Fest celebration this year, I mean, I would probably say there really hasn't been another better celebration than Legends Fest 2023 when it comes to giving out rewards. And a really good example of this is just taking a look at how much Legends Limited Z Power we received throughout the course of the celebration. It was really, really insane. I like to, up until the Legends Fest 2023 celebration started, I was saying that I thought that the 5th anniversary was the best celebration, and one of the factors that, you know, I considered when talking about that is the fact that the 5th anniversary gave a ridiculous amount of rewards and just free stuff. You know, you log in, you get this, and that, you play this event, you get this, and that without having to spend any money. You know, you can grind up a lot of different stuff. There's Hoi Poi coins, there's the different raids and stuff like that, but I guess it's also something we could talk about, throw into the events bucket as well, or the raid events. That New Year's gift raid, which technically was part of Legends Fest, I mean, that's probably the best event they've ever released. Like, not even remotely kidding. Like, that's a crazy, crazy event. And I would also sort of throw that into the same bucket under rewards too, because the rewards from those were ridiculous as well. Like billions and billions and billions of Zenny. You got ridiculous Z power. You got tons and tons of Legends Limited Z power. You got a lot of resources, skip tickets, energy. There's a lot. Arts boost material. So they did a really good job when it came down to the events and the rewards, I think, for Legends Fest this year. The third category we can talk about are the banners. Now, this is definitely an area where I felt like Legends Fest overall probably had a bit of a worse showing than a lot of the other major celebrations. Like Anniversary, 5th Anniversary, I thought did a really good job with the banners just because they didn't try to reinvent the wheel with the banners that they introduced during Anniversary. But for Legends Fest, we did end up getting a new style of banner, which I guess is what they're going to be using moving forward for these What If characters. And that was, of course, the Goku and Bardock Part 2 banner, which is probably... don't want to call it the worst banner format we've ever seen. I don't know if I'd call it the worst banner format we've ever seen, because we've had some really bad stuff like really early on in the game's lifespan. Like if you guys remember back to like when Legends Rising banners used to exist, that literally gave no, like you received no incentive to summon. Like there was no freebies. It was just straight up you do a multi for 1000 CC and that's it. Like there was no reason to even do multis back then. So I don't think that this is like the worst banner format of all time, but compared to what we have in modern times in this game, compared to what a normal Legends Limited step-up banner looks like, and if you even compare that format to an Ultra Banner format, I would even call the Ultra Banner format, which is not a great format in itself, I would call that superior to the Goku and Bardock format. The fact that they just removed the free multi-summon step is so huge, and I don't care if they made it 3 times rates to pull the character on the last step. It's terrible. Like, just give us the free... I don't care about the rates. Give us the free multi back. You know how important that free multi is? You know how much more value the free multi adds to the banner as opposed to just giving us boosted rates for a single summon? I don't care about. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, mathematically, it is significantly worse to have a boosted rate single summon than it is just to have a normal free multi-summons. Way worse. So, Part 1 banners were obviously good because they were the same format. Nothing really to say about that. The Ultra Banner we knew was going to come out, so, you know, similar format to what we've seen with past Ultra Banners. I hope at some point we do end up seeing a reform to the Ultra Banner format where they sort of add, you know, older Ultras to the banners, because at this point, who the hell's summoning for the OG Ultra Super Gogeta is, you know, rerun banner from over 2 years ago now. But besides that Part 2 banner, I think everything was fine. But to me, that Part 2 banner format was just a significant blemish on the Legends Fest celebration as a whole, and is one of the reasons why I would even have the 5th anniversary in contention with Legends Fest. I think outside of that Part 2, like the Legends Fest kind of blows the anniversary out of the water, and that's insane for me to even think about, because up until now I would have said that the 5th anniversary was the best celebration we've ever had. So it's just unfortunate that that's what they decided to do for Part 2, and it's even you know, it adds an extra layer of unfortunateness, if that's a word. I don't think it's a word. To the situation as well, because this is the first time where they're introducing a Legends original What If tag character. And it's like you sort of degrade your own creation with the fact that this banner format is just so atrocious. So unfortunately, that definitely had a negative effect on, I think, my interpretation of how good the celebration was overall. And then the last category we can talk about, the 4th category, are just the new characters overall / the meta that was introduced in the celebration. So I think Legends going into the Legends Fest celebration definitely positioned itself in a very good spot. I think Janemba was really bad for the game, but PyCon's release sort of brought things back in line a little bit. The meta overall going into Legends Fest was fairly good. I wouldn't really call it great. I wouldn't call it bad. It was fairly good. Part 1 of Legends Fest, I think, was probably the single best meta we've ever seen, in contention with the 1st anniversary meta. If you guys were playing way back during when the 1st anniversary was a thing, there were a lot of viable teams, a lot of viable characters. We saw the same exact thing during Part 1 of Legends Fest this year as well. Part 2 dropped, Goku and Bardock dropped. I think, you know, not many people summoned for them until they realized how ridiculous they were. But I don't think that Goku and Bardock really got as ridiculous as they are now until Ultra UI Goku dropped. And I think, as a lot of people were expecting, Ultra UI Goku's banner dropped in the meta, you know, very quickly turned to complete garbage. It was terrible. That UI Goku, he probably introduced one of the worst metas of all time. I'm not kidding. Like, it's probably top 3 worst metas of all time. I'm not exaggerating. So overall, I would probably say this Legends Fest celebration either comes in at the end of the day at number 1 or number 2 best celebrations of all time, in my opinion, in contention with the 1st anniversary, or not 1st anniversary, the 5th anniversary, sorry, 5th anniversary. And I would say if you're going to be ranking, you know, what the best celebrations of all time end up being in Legends history, 5th anniversary, I would have Legends Fest up there as well. I think Legends Fest 2021 probably fits somewhere in here as well. And then a lot of people have very fond memories of the 1st anniversary. I think the meta was exceptionally good back then. They introduced a lot of new characters that helped a lot of teams back then. That was like one of the best handled meta perspective celebrations they've ever had. So that one, I think, goes somewhere in there as well. But those are sort of the big 4 celebrations I think we've had throughout the course of Legends history. Let me know down below what you guys think overall of Legends Fest 2023. How do you rank it amongst all the celebrations we've had? Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.